What if you're not failing? What if you're simply not finished yet? What if the world doesn't understand your dream? Because your dream is bigger than what people can see today. More than 500 years ago, one man refused to accept the limits of his time. He was an artist, an inventor, a scientist, an engineer, a thinker. His name was Leonardo da Vinci, and while others saw boundaries, Leonardo saw possibilities. He once wrote, "Learning never exhausts the mind." Imagine living with that mindset. Every mistake becomes a lesson. Every question becomes an opportunity. Every failure becomes another step toward mastery. In this video, you'll discover 15 timeless lessons inspired by Leonardo da Vinci's words. Lessons about discipline, curiosity, failure, creativity, patience, and the courage to think differently. And perhaps, one of these lessons will change the way you see your own life. 1. Learning never exhausts the mind. Never stop learning. Leonardo never stopped asking questions. He studied painting, anatomy, engineering, nature, flight, water, light, the human body. He understood something most people forget. Your mind doesn't become weaker because you learn more. It becomes stronger. You don't need to know everything today. You only need to remain curious enough to learn something tomorrow. Every book you read, every mistake you study, every skill you practice adds another piece to the person you are becoming. Don't say, "I'm too old to learn." Don't say, "I'm not smart enough." Say, "I don't know yet," because yet leaves the door open. 2. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Stop making life complicated. We often believe that complicated means intelligent. We fill our schedules, we chase too many goals, we collect possessions, we compare ourselves with everyone, and eventually, we become exhausted. Leonardo reminds us that true mastery often looks simple. A great painting can communicate with one glance. A powerful idea can be explained in one sentence. A meaningful life doesn't need to impress everyone. Sometimes, the greatest improvement you can make is removing what doesn't matter. Ask yourself, what can I simplify today? Your schedule, your relationships, your goals, your mind. Sometimes less isn't losing. Less is freedom. 3. He who is fixed to a star does not change his mind. Have a vision. Imagine standing in the middle of a dark ocean, without a direction. Every wave can move you. But if you have a star to guide you, you know where you're going. Life is similar. Without a purpose, every opinion can change your direction. One person's criticism makes you quit. Another person's success makes you jealous. Someone else's expectations make you abandon your dream. Know what you are building. Know why it matters. Then don't allow every storm to change your course. 4. Experience is the mother of all certainty. Experience creates confidence. You can watch 1,000 videos about riding a bicycle, but eventually, you have to get on the bicycle. You may fall, you may fail, you may feel embarrassed, but every fall teaches your body something. That's how life works. Confidence doesn't come from waiting until you're ready. It comes from doing. Your first attempt won't be perfect. Your first business may fail. Your first video may get no views. Your first dream may not work. That's okay. Experience is built through action. Stop waiting for confidence. Start moving. Confidence will follow. 5. Iron rusts from disuse. Stagnant water loses its purity. Use your potential. A muscle becomes stronger through use. A mind becomes sharper through challenge. A skill becomes better through practice. But potential means nothing if it remains unused. You may have a great idea. You may have a talent. You may have a dream. But if you never act, none of it matters. Don't allow your potential to rust. Use what you have. Start where you are. Even one small action today is better than another year of waiting. 6. Time stays long enough for anyone who will use it properly. Respect your time. We often say, "I don't have time," but perhaps the real problem is that we don't protect our time. Hours disappear into social media. Days disappear into distractions. Years disappear while we're waiting for the perfect moment. Leonardo reminds us that time must be used deliberately. You don't need more hours. You need more intention. One focused hour can be more valuable than 5 distracted hours. Your time is your life. Spend it carefully, because once today is gone, you cannot buy it back. 7. The noblest pleasure is the joy of understanding. Learn instead of simply consuming. There is a difference between seeing something and understanding it. You can watch hundreds of videos, read hundreds of quotes, listen to thousands of motivational speeches. But wisdom doesn't come from consuming information. It comes from understanding it and applying it. Don't just ask, "What did I learn?" Ask, "What will I do differently because of what I learned?" That question can change your life. 8. The greatest deception men suffer is from their own opinions. Question your own beliefs sometimes. The biggest obstacle in your life isn't another person. It's a belief inside your own mind. I'm not talented. I can't succeed. It's too late. People like me don't achieve great things. But who told you these things were facts? Sometimes we mistake an old belief for reality. Leonardo was willing to question what others accepted. You should be willing to question yourself too. Ask, "What if I'm wrong about what I believe I can become?" That question can open a completely different future. 9. As a well-spent day brings happy sleep, so a life well spent brings happy death. Live without regret. Imagine reaching the end of your life. You look back, not at your possessions, not at your followers, not at your bank account, but at your days. Did you use them well? Did you love? Did you create? Did you learn? Did you help someone? Did you pursue something meaningful? A good life isn't necessarily a perfect life. It's a life that was fully lived. Don't wait until you're old to realize that your time was precious. Make today count. 10. Nothing strengthens authority so much as silence. You don't have to respond to everything. The modern world is loud. Everyone has an opinion. Everyone wants to be heard. Everyone wants to prove they are right. But sometimes, silence is strength. You don't have to answer every insult. You don't have to explain every decision. You don't have to prove yourself to everyone. Let your actions speak. Let your results speak. Let time speak. Sometimes the most powerful response is no response at all. 11. Where the spirit does not work with the hand, there is no art. Passion requires action. Dreams are beautiful, but dreams without action remain dreams. You can imagine becoming an artist, an entrepreneur, a writer, a filmmaker, a successful YouTuber. But eventually, your hands must do the work. Your passion needs discipline. Your vision needs action. Your idea needs execution. Don't just imagine your future. Build it, one imperfect action at a time. 12. Art lives from constraints and dies from freedom. Limitations can make you stronger. We often complain about limitations. Not enough money, not enough time, not enough resources, not enough experience. But limitations can force creativity. A small budget can make you more resourceful. A difficult situation can make you more innovative. A setback can force you to discover a better path. Don't always ask, why is life making this difficult? Sometimes ask, what can this difficulty teach me? The obstacle may contain the solution. 13. The human foot is a masterpiece of engineering and a work of art. Appreciate what you already have. Leonardo studied the human body with extraordinary curiosity. He looked at ordinary things and saw extraordinary complexity. Perhaps we should do the same. We spend so much time chasing what we don't have that we forget to appreciate what we already possess. Your health, your ability to learn, your family, your ability to create, your ability to start again. Sometimes happiness doesn't come from getting more. It comes from finally noticing what was already there. 14. All our knowledge has its origins in our perceptions. Pay attention. Your life is full of lessons, but are you paying attention? The failure you're experiencing, the person who disappointed you, the opportunity you missed, the mistake you keep repeating, everything can teach you something. A wise person doesn't simply experience life. They observe it. They ask questions. They notice patterns. They learn. Your experiences become valuable when you pay attention to them. 15. I have been impressed with the urgency of doing. Start now. There comes a moment when thinking must end and action must begin. You can plan for another year. You can wait until you're confident. You can wait until circumstances are perfect. But perfection rarely arrives. Leonardo's life reminds us that curiosity means little without action. So if there is something you've been postponing, start. Not tomorrow. Not next month. Start with one small step today. Because the distance between the life you have and the life you want is often crossed one action at a time. Leonardo da Vinci lived more than 5 centuries ago, yet his questions still feel modern. He teaches us to remain curious, to question what we believe, to respect our time, to embrace limitations, to keep learning, and most importantly, to turn ideas into action. Maybe you don't need to become Leonardo da Vinci. Maybe you simply need to become more curious about your own potential. You don't need to change your entire life tonight. Read one page, learn one skill, take one step, create something, ask one better question, and then do it again tomorrow. Because your future isn't created by one extraordinary moment. It's created by the small things you choose to do when nobody is watching. If you could ask Leonardo da Vinci one question, what would you ask him? Write it in the comments. Maybe your question will inspire someone else to think differently. And remember, the world doesn't need another copy of someone else. It needs the version of you that only you can create.